Today I want to talk about LinkedIn profiles. I see a lot of people in the Salesforce ecosystem who are trying to either break into Salesforce altogether, or they're specifically trying to get into the freelance space and they're approaching potential clients and those clients aren't giving them a chance. And then I find out that they don't even have a LinkedIn profile. And if you're focused on your resume, or what many people call a CV, that does not come first. The number one thing is your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have one or it's outdated, you are going to get constantly overlooked by potential clients. When I go to clients, the number one thing that I'm giving them is my LinkedIn profile. Most of the time, they never even ask for a resume. Why? Because they're exactly the same thing, except with the resume, I have to have an updated attachment every single time I talk to you. If I talk to you a year from today, I need a new resume. Except with a LinkedIn profile, all I have to do is look you up on LinkedIn. Immediately I have your resume and I can get to that and I know it's a live version. Otherwise, it's your fault for not keeping it updated. So today I'm going to replay some of the things from a video I made in the past to show you how to update your LinkedIn profile to look exactly the way a Salesforce professional's LinkedIn profile should look. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile or you haven't updated it recently, you need to watch this video and you need to watch it all the way through and get your LinkedIn profile updated, or you are likely not going to land the job that you're looking for and clients are not going to be interested in working with you. Now, once you've gotten logged into LinkedIn and you have your basic profile created, this is what you're going to see. It's just your home screen with your feed. To make edits to your profile, you're going to want to click in the top left here on your profile image, and this is where we can start making changes for you. Now, when you first get LinkedIn, you're going to see that everything is pretty out of the box. You've got a picture here, you've got sort of a background that came with LinkedIn, and you can enter in your information that sort of looks like a resume. And we want to make sure that we fill this in not just completely, but also in a way that gives the type of content that we want recruiters to see when we're applying for Salesforce positions. So keep that in mind. We're not just applying for any old job anywhere. We are applying to be Salesforce professionals. And if you're first getting started, that's likely a Salesforce administrator. And then you can sort of apply that to if you're moving into development roles or management roles or consulting roles in the future. But you want to make sure your imaging and wording expresses who you are and who you want recruiters and hiring managers to see you as. So the first thing we're going to do here is update the profile photo and the background photo. And the reason this is so important is because in the digital world, this is the only opportunity that other people get to see you. So you haven't come in for an in-person interview yet. The only basis they're going to have for who you are and what you look like is based on your profile photo. So what we want to do is take a picture of you doing something that looks like a Salesforce professional. Usually that's sitting at a computer, working, things like that, that show that you are the type of person who can do the job that they're looking to fill. So let's go ahead and update this profile picture. We just click on the image there, click the change photo button, and we're going to upload a photo from the computer because we already have one stored here. And there we go. We have a updated image of Mark. And we're going to go ahead and put a filter on this. The spotlight filter is what we're going to use. It just adds a little bit of layering and sort of texture to the photo. It makes it look a little bit more professional. So we're going to save that. And already this looks a little bit more like you could imagine a recruiter coming in to hire for a Salesforce position. And this is the type of person they're looking for. Now, to update the background image, you're going to have to click this edit pencil here on the right side. And what we're trying to get across here is that when you're hiring for a Salesforce job, you want to know that this person is passionate about Salesforce. So when I look at your LinkedIn profile, it needs to scream Salesforce in my face. That way, I definitely know you are a Salesforce professional and you're someone that at the very least I might be interested in. So we're going to go ahead and grab this image here. So you click edit, then you come right here in the top right corner to edit this. And then we can drop in this LinkedIn Salesforce background we have saved. So pretty slick background, very easy to create. I just grabbed these off Google Images and we can just go ahead and apply that here. And now we've got this nice crisp background image The other thing I've noticed here on the profile is, and the thing you want to look at with yours, is the headline here. So Mark is a very qualified gas turbine supplier quality manager and Salesforce administrator. But again, we want this to scream Salesforce administrator. So Mark's passion should be the Salesforce administrator side. So we're going to bring that to the front. So we're going to say he is a Salesforce administrator and a quality manager, and not so much whatever else he's been doing in the past, but what he wants to be going into the future here. Now that we have that updated, we're just going to go ahead and save it, and we'll be able to see how this is already coming together, looking like a much better Salesforce professional profile. Now, the next thing we're going to start noticing is that some of these jobs just have little gray boxes. Doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look great. And when we come down into the experience section, we see a lot more of those little gray boxes, and we see the companies that Mark has worked for in the past, but we don't see a lot of detail level information. So we're going to go ahead and fill one of these in, and I'll show you how we can update these. So the first thing we're going to do, let's get these gray boxes out of the way. So I'm going to edit this job, and it looks like it was for Honda Lock. So if I type in Honda Lock here, I don't find exactly the one I'm looking for, but the point is people need to know who you worked for. So maybe it's not Honda Lock of America, but the point is you get a nice clean image here, and this is an old job anyway, so it's not horribly important, and it doesn't really apply to the Salesforce administrator role. So really you're just trying to bring imaging in here that doesn't draw attention or look outdated. So you would likely want to update your last two jobs here, but we're only going to do the first job for the sake of time. So again, we're just going to come here. We're going to look here. We have the gray box. So we're going to try to find Vericore. It looks like they actually have an exact match with an updated image now. So we're going to fill that in. And then we're going to come down to this description. So I've already got, let's see, an item here with some of this background information that Mark had. So make sure the formatting looks correct. And you can do this in LinkedIn, or you can do it here in a Word document or in a Note document or anywhere else. So we're just going to clean that up a little bit, bring this in, swap back over to our LinkedIn page, and drop in this description. So hopefully we're already noticing that these job histories are already drawing a lot more attention to what we've done in the past, and hopefully what we want to be doing in the future. And it looks like I thought I clicked save there, but maybe not. Try that one more time. All right. So now this looks much cleaner. You come down to Mark's experience. You can see that he's currently working at Vericore. He's a Salesforce admin and supplier quality manager. And he's actually got some experience with Salesforce related items. So that is huge. If you don't already have a job working in Salesforce, that's perfectly fine. What I would recommend is hitting the plus icon here, and you can just as easily say you are a Salesforce administrator. You can say that you are probably freelance or an internship or something like that that would fit into the training side of this. And then you just say, you can type in right here, Trailhead by Salesforce. And now immediately you can see that how you would fill this in, and it would start looking really nice. You could say you've been doing it since January of 2020. You could put in some additional information here, like maybe some of the super badges that you have and things like that. So you could see how we could create a list of our super badges. And then you could even put in other things like what Salesforce certifications you've obtained and all that great stuff. So we could save that. And you can see that even though you don't have job history in Salesforce, you immediately already have a nice looking job history that shows that you're passionate about Salesforce, and you're definitely willing to sort of take on this job role, and they can look over your Salesforce administrator training from there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one because Mark's not needing that one. He's actually got some Salesforce experience in his current role. Now, coming into the About section, we've also got some information to update there. So again, we want this to scream Salesforce. So coming across here, Mark's got a nice About section. He's got some information filled in here. but it doesn't scream Salesforce. He's got some other business information in here about past jobs that he's done, but if I'm a recruiter reading this, it doesn't scream Salesforce to me. So we've got a nice new description, initially calling out, hey, I'm a certified Salesforce expert, and I've got a passion for things about Salesforce. And then we can get into some other things about, I've got 9 years in management and all of your other past work history that absolutely does apply to any job, and definitely a job in Salesforce, but it comes after explaining why you are a qualified Salesforce professional. So now that we've got this updated, Mark's profile looks a lot better. We were able to accomplish this here in about 10 minutes. Obviously, you've got to take your pictures, you've got to update your wording, but really making these updates is really straightforward and easy to do. So hopefully you can take your profile from something very basic to something very advanced really quickly, and it looks a lot cleaner. So the last thing I'm going to mention here is sometimes recruiters are looking to see what you're interested in. And if you're looking for a Salesforce job and you're a Salesforce professional, then we hope you're interested in Salesforce. So if you come to the search box here, just click the groups section. And now search again, and you can search Salesforce, maybe even Salesforce admin. And you'll start to see that we're seeing some groups here. So Salesforce admin group, and some of these only have 90 members, etc. So you can do a little searching here, and eventually you're going to come across some groups that look applicable. So maybe just the general Salesforce.com group. Go ahead and request to join that. If you join in, power user groups, why not go ahead and join that? So they're immediately going to accept you into these groups because when they look at your profile, you are a qualified Salesforce professional. And when recruiters come to see this, they're going to see that you're a member of these groups. And if you want to take it a step further, once you get accepted, go ahead and jump into those groups, answer a couple of questions, maybe post a couple of questions or comments. And this is going to show that you are truly a Salesforce professional who is truly involved in the Salesforce community. And that'll sort of take you a long way in the eyes of hiring managers. So I hope this has helped. Please leave comments down in the comments section if you have any questions. And if you like the content and you want to see more, we're going to be doing weekly videos. So feel free to subscribe, and we'll be bringing you a lot more content. Thanks.